Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. We are Georgia's only online morning show. You're watching FYN TV. I'm telling you now, I'm asking you nicely, tell your friends, call your friends and say, tune in to FYNTV.com because between 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock, I will guarantee you, I will look into the camera with the proper pair of glasses and tell you that I guarantee from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock, you will hear something, you will hear something here today that you will not hear anywhere else. I know the great ones out there that are going to be giving you information all day long, and I respect them. But I even guarantee you this morning that something here you will not hear anywhere else. Guarantee it. There you go. I'm your host, BKP, FYNTV.com. I'm going to be doing a lot of reading on the computer, so I hope I can pull it off today. A couple things. You cannot start the show without a baseball. Let's see, a two-seam. I might throw a fastball at the camera. I might have to just rear back and throw it. You know what I say, Coach Ayers, you know what I say? Fit me for the uniform. I can still give you 2 innings from the hill if needed. You know, you can call me in, Coach. Baseball, Game 7. You don't want to miss that tonight in Cleveland. Oh my God, that cold air coming off the lake in November. Wow, that's a cold baseball game. I tell you what, one of the coldest places I've ever been is like Lorain, Ohio. And I was in Lorain, Ohio in March, and the guy that sent me up there to do a job lied to me. You believe that? He lied to me, and he said, if you go up there, it's March, man. I said, yeah, but it's still, no, it's March. It's warm. It's going to be like in the 60s. We were getting that wind come off that lake. Wow. Anyhow, tonight, Cleveland. Now, this is my hat. I can't start the show without my hat. This makes my day. This is my World Series hat. I have the Cleveland Indians and the Cubs. This came from Wrigley Stadium, folks. This came from Wrigley in Chicago. Thank you, Rick. I want to say thank you to Rick for this hat. And I got it right here. It's America's game. Yes, a grand slam. 2 outfielders couldn't figure out who should go for the ball, and catcher gets run over at home. Baseball, it's just baseball, folks. Game 7 in Cleveland, and I do think the Cubs got the mo. I think they got the mo. I think they can do it. Now, it will be the classic is what I like, and I promise we'll get into politics, and I knew this would happen if I start talking baseball. But tonight will be the classic World Series game. We got the Cubs, we got the Cleveland Indians. It's a classic. It's Game 7. It's America's game. You are going to have the pitching ace going up against the batting. It's my kind of baseball game. Game 7, you don't want to miss it. So I am pulling for the Cubs, but I have some friends out there in Ohio. I wish both of you well. But anyhow, tonight, Game 7. So we got the baseball. We can't start with that. We got plenty of spark. So to keep this thing going, we got a backup bottle of water in case I get dehydrated and I need to, we got a popcorn pillow here that I invented, popcorn pillows in case I need a snack. I mean, it is a 3-hour show. There's a lot going on. I need my energy. I need my spark. We need to text Carlene. I haven't double checked to make sure Carlene will be in here at 8:30. We're back on track today. We had some technical issues yesterday, but Cole and I worked on them after the show and got actually both of our computers to where they can handle everything needed now. So the bad news is we had a technical issue yesterday. The good news is we solved something. So that's always what I look for, is what do we solve? Okay, folks. Now, where to start with this day? First of all, let me say to you, at this time, 8:05, next Wednesday morning, I will be sitting here, and I will either be telling you that Donald Trump won, and we'll break open the muscadine wine. Now, I'm saying that jokingly, but I asked somebody what they would be doing next Wednesday morning, and they said they were going to be here drinking muscadine wine. You remember, I got the bottle of muscadine. I said we're going to break it out Wednesday morning if Donald Trump wins. So I guess we're going to have a bunch of drunks here in the studio. Oh, God. I'm thinking about wino. So, anyhow, but next Wednesday at this time, I will be here either discussing Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, both of them, and no matter what, and who won, who lost. That's where we're at in this election. Exactly next Wednesday morning at 8 o'clock, I will be coming on. I may come on at 6 a.m. I may come on at 5 a.m. Cole's over there shaking his head like, when are you going to tell me about it? I don't know. I might call him election night when Trump wins and say, hey, get to the office. We're going marathon. I can't wait till 8. Cole's over there. He's about to fall out of the chair. Anyhow. So let's get back. First of all, trick or treat. See, here's what I pick up that the pollsters don't pick up. I pick this up and the pollsters do not pick this up. And why do the pollsters not pick this up? Because they have been too well trained down a road that they don't understand. And they have all kinds of data and research and everything. And we just get out there with the people and we observe what's happening out there in rural America. Now, I have told you over and over and over, and I'm going to give you some breakdowns today. Rural America will bring this election in for Donald Trump. Now, he will get inner city vote. He will. We'll talk about that. Now, I'm not going to get sidetracked, but if rural America is not so concerning to the Democrats what's happening, record numbers. I'm going to give you round numbers so we can make it easy and not get confused. If you have 10,000 voters in your county and you've averaged 5,000 of them going to vote only 50%, you're going to get about 8,500 this time. And if the Republicans have been voting 50% of that, you're going to get about 70% in your rural counties. You think I've lost my mind? You're going to see. So rural county vote is going to come in enormous, through the roof. Now, if you take a county that's only got 11,000 people, that's not big. But there's a lot of counties in the United States with 50, 60,000 people, 40, 50, 60,000, that have 28,000 on the voter rolls. Watch. If this is not true, folks, if this is not true, Michigan is out of play. Well, but Trump's going to Arizona and Pence is going to Arizona. Folks, when Trump and Pence go to Arizona, when Trump goes to Arizona, the whole nation gets to see the support of the immigration issue, illegal immigration issue. The media is just playing games with Trump going into states like Arizona that he should have locked up. Listen, a Trump rally gets several thousand. It gets 100,000 viewers on the internet. It gets news play, and it gets the border in the background. Just let's not go there. Hillary Clinton to campaign in Michigan on Friday night before election. Friday night, she's going to Detroit. Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton plans to make a public appearance in Detroit Friday, November 4th. And we'll tell you why. Rural America's going to come out. You got to understand, Bernie won Michigan. I may be the only place today telling you Michigan is in play. You think I've lost my mind, but I'm still the kind of guy when you're down 3-1, believe you can come back and win. That's the way I see. That's the window I see the world through. Okay? I'm telling you now, Michigan's in play. That's why she's going to Detroit. I'll explain that a little later. Now, let me get my jokes out of the way. Well, you know, I have jokes, so let me get those out of the way early. If Donald Trump wins, okay, if you look at the Hillary Clinton campaign map today, they are everywhere. Yelling, they are everywhere. Obama's in Charlotte or in North Carolina. Obama's in Columbus. Tim Kaine is out. I forget where he's at. I don't know where Tim Kaine is at. In fact, we'll find out when the 30 people show up to see his rally today. But Tim Kaine's out there. Bill's out there. Chelsea's there. Everyone, they're out there. And they're loving every minute of it because their nerves are shot. They're not sleeping at night, folks. These people are not sleeping at night. There's the old saying, we never know what tomorrow brings. Well, the Democrats right now, Hillary never knows what tomorrow. I hope she does. I swear this is not a joke. I hope this lady does not trip and fall or anything like that, because that's all she needs now, because she's got to be exhausted. Hillary Clinton has to be totally exhausted. She's not sleeping at night. She's having to take medication to rest. Look, if your phone never stops ringing and you have 650,000 emails being gone through from one of your staffers. Hillary treating Uma right now like the lady that sets up the soundboard at her concert. One of the staffers, the lady that rolled the big speakers off the back of the truck so I could talk to you tonight. Uma's in hiding, can't find her. Her attorneys are trying to cut a deal, trying to swear that Weiner's laptop, she doesn't know nothing about. She don't even know the password. She doesn't know how he got the emails, because that's a violation. She's going to go to prison over that. And there's 650,000 emails. We'll talk about that later. And Hillary knows probably the 33,000 are getting ready to come out, that they bleach bit, that I think I told you here first. I grabbed the story, brought it here first. I told you that morning that shoe dropped. All the other news was looking at all these other things. I went into the bleach bit right from the minute. I said, this is the most disturbing thing right here, is this right here. But anyhow, they know any minute they're going to see 33,000 emails, all right? And they know any minute they possibly could see 33,000 emails that Obama is as implicated in this mess as she is, okay? And they're all out there on the campaign trail, because it's the Keep My Ass Out of Jail tour. I swear to God, if they are begging the American people to keep their ass out of jail, he will indict us. He will drain the swamp. I mean, Podesta, they're going down. If next Wednesday morning at 8:05 next Wednesday morning, if I am in here telling you, if the backdrop, because we're working on that. We can't tell you what we're doing, but we're working on it. If the backdrop behind me looks like, flashing neon lights, Trump wins, whatever, get to work on that, Cole. We're going to talk about that. Okay. Anyhow, if that is the case next week at 8:05, wow. Because what that will also do, I'm getting sidetracked, but I'm having too much fun. What that will also do, the Donald Trump win, you don't have to wait till January, folks. You do not have to wait for Donald Trump to take office, because that will embolden the Republicans. That will embolden the FBI. That will embolden the people that are not tied to the administration and the corruption, that they can go ahead and move forward. Oh, yeah. My prediction is at 8:05 next week, as we are telling you that Donald Trump has won and it will be the next president of the United States, there will be people in front of the microphone saying, now we can move forward with indicting Hillary Clinton. Anyhow, let's say this. I want to see, when she's indicted, I want to see how many come out and say, I'm with her? I want to see the I'm with her t-shirts with the arrow. I want to see the I'm with her out there the day she gets invited. I want to see how many people know her on that day. Oh, I'm with her. Oh, no, I don't know her. No, it's just like, like Hillary doesn't know Uma right now. I want to see that. Anyhow, having too much fun here on Good Morning from the Office, but we can't get, here's where we're at. Let's just draw the lines. Here's where we're at, folks. We're on the 5-yard line. Okay, we're on the 5. All right. We got to get the ball in. It's the only way I know to put it. It's 1st and goal. We've got 4 shots. All right. They're working overtime. We're having fun this morning, but let me just tell you like this. They are absolutely working overtime trying to figure out what they can do concerning Donald Trump to try to bring him down and just have something that's some kind of disaster. They're trying everything they can. All right. They're throwing the long ball. Hillary's got Machado on the stage with her. All right. The President of the United States, Barack Obama, has the nerve to tell you that being crooked is a sign of ambition. That's basically what he said in Columbus yesterday. The reason Hillary is being attacked like she is, if a woman does what Hillary does and is a strong woman, it's a sign of ambition for a man, but for a woman, it's all these other things. So being crooked is a good sign of ambition. Hillary's been very ambitious in her career. That's how crooked she is. But anyhow, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. It's not Wednesday week. It's not 8:05, and we don't have the flashing light saying Trump won. We're on the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal. We got 4 plays to get it in. We can't screw this up. So what this means, before I go to my first break, and I'm going to tell you a couple things we're going to hit on this morning. We're here till 11 o'clock, but first of all, remember this. It's Hillary's fault, okay? Regardless, it's Hillary's fault. Don't forget that. The next 5 days, no matter what the FBI comes out and says, no matter what Obama says, no matter what the Department of Justice says, no matter what comes out, okay? No matter how many times Howard Dean screams, okay, no matter how many times James Carville screams, okay, Donna Brazile is crooked. All right, everybody in America wants their daughter to grow up to be like Donna Brazile and Hillary Clinton. Yes, that's what I'd like. There's every woman. Hillary Clinton is embarrassing women right now by talking down to you. I am sorry out there. If you are on the other side of this camera and you're a woman, I want you to know I have respect for you today. I absolutely do. And I am appalled, disgusted, upset, outraged that Hillary Clinton has no respect for you whatsoever. To think that you can accept a criminal, a crook, a cheat, a liar. I mean, I don't have time, okay? She wants you to sit your daughter down and say, when you grow up, you could be like Donna Brazile, and you could be the most corrupt woman in history books. See, how will the history books record this election? That's another thing. We'll get into that. How will this be written in the history books? Will we see the paragraph of the great corruption of the election of 2016 in the history books? Will we see that? No matter the winner, will we see the paragraph? Will our children learn in history class the day? Stemple. What was his name? Stemple? What was the great game show, right? What was that movie? Game Show. Did you see that called Game Show? Game Show. All right. We're back in the 50s, and they didn't want Stemple to win, and they kept giving the other guy, was it Van Buren or whatever? They kept giving him the answers. You remember? They kept giving him the answers.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Barely.
But you remember, right? They kept giving him the answers.
Yeah.
And Stemple caught on. And he was going to go public, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we love that movie. It's about cheating. It's about cheating. And for years, people did not trust game shows. I'm getting sidetracked, but will it be in the history books? Will we have it in the history books for our children to read how Donna Brazile, with a media, our journalism, media, the media of our country, colluded with the media of our country, CNN, to get questions, to give a candidate to fix an election? And hell, they know how to say Russia. I will grant you today, Russia will be in the history books for our children to read in this 2016 election like you have never seen before. But will they put that in there? How outraged should women be this morning to test your intelligence? That the only thing that you have any value whatsoever is the weight. Just talking about your weight. Really? Folks, what's up? Got a problem? Well, what are you doing fixing everything?
Robert Carly about to come here, so I'm just kidding.
Oh, Robert's coming too?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to give me the high side. I was on a roll. Anyhow, you didn't do anything wrong. Are you going to tell me that the both of them? So women cannot read the corruption. They want their daughters to grow up and be crooked, corrupt, liars, cheats, like Donna Brazile and Hillary Clinton. I'm telling you, folks, I am outraged over that. Now, what will the history books say? Obama said yesterday she has made some mistakes. Sure, everybody makes some mistakes. Folks, if you go to work today and you make a mistake, okay, I will guarantee you, outside of a couple jobs in the world or in the United States, will you be risking national security? So if you go to work and you make a mistake, or if you make a mistake in life, or you take a wrong turn and you get lost, I bet you that whatever you do today will not risk national security. And the President of the United States, yes, everybody's made a mistake. Just because she's exposed our national security, that's not the end of the world. Look, let me get you a couple things here that I want to make sure we go over before we go to our break at 8:22. This is really switching gears. This has to stop. 2 Iowa police officers killed in an apparent ambush attack. An ambush attack, folks. 2 Iowa. Authorities in Iowa say 2 police officers were killed apparently in an ambush.
Keyword ambush.
Keyword ambush. Cold through and keyword. Okay? Keyword ambush attack. Okay? This morning. Des Moines Police Sergeant Patrick Paziak said at the press conference that authorities were developing suspect information and has nothing to immediately release. In all appearances, it looks like, just like that these officers were ambushed, he said. It doesn't look like there was any interaction between these cowards and the officers they shot in their cars. Ambushed police officers sitting in their car in Des Moines, Iowa. Ambushed and killed 2 police officers this morning. 2. We're going to go over this morning Clinton campaign questions, release of FBI's Mark Rick pardon records. Now, next week, all right, I want to leave you with this, and I want you to remember this. Next week, when you win, and we are here next Wednesday morning, next week when you win, it will be for no other reason than people finding out the truth. Now stay with me on that. It will not be due to voter suppression. It will not be due to voter fraud. It will not be due to the FBI getting involved. It will not be due to anything other than you finding out the truth. The FBI has not, and we'll go over that because that is an agency that's got some serious problems. Come next Wednesday, the FBI's problems doesn't go away. But we're talking about an agency that would not be investigating Hillary Clinton if Hillary Clinton would not have put a server in her basement or wherever it was. You have an agency that would not be investigating Hillary Clinton if Hillary Clinton would not have violated the paperwork she signed, okay, when she became Secretary of State, saying, I will not do this, that, or jeopardize national security. Hillary Clinton would not be investigated if she would have not demanded that she got to carry her device, BlackBerry, into the forbidden area, the hallway zone, the device-free zone. There's a hallway where Clinton's office is. You go down the hallway, I think it's called the Mahogany Hallway or whatever it was, but you go down through there, and in this zone, no one, not one person's allowed a device in that zone. Everybody has secured phones on their desk, secured computers. All communication on computers goes through a routing system that protects the information. All phones in that area, you can get your email on your computer. You don't need your BlackBerry. All phones in that area. See, you say, well, why can't you? Because they also can triangulate, is that the word? I don't know. The signal you have or whatever. So the point is when you go in this area, you cannot. Hillary Clinton blatantly just walked in with her BlackBerry and told the United States of America and the American people, go to hell, I'll do what I wish. Now the list goes on. So I want you to understand this morning, and I want to be clear on this. No matter what, next Wednesday morning, the only reason you will have won the election is because you have been told the truth. And you worked very hard to get the truth out. That's it. Nothing else. There's no voter suppression. You see, they want you to believe, all right? And let me pull this up. Shouldn't take but a minute. I had it here. New York Times this morning. We will talk about this at 10 o'clock. Black turnout falls in early voting. From New York Times yesterday. African Americans are failing to vote at the robust levels they did 4 years ago in several states. They're not coming out, folks. And you're going to be shocked with the black American vote that is going to pull the lever for Donald Trump. They're not coming out. I'm going to tell you right now, Michigan, don't forget, Bernie Sanders won Michigan. The people in Michigan know the Bernie Sanders voters, Michael Moore. People in Michigan know the Bernie Sanders voters, which Bernie Sanders won and beat Hillary Clinton, that the Hillary Clinton campaign absolutely treated Bernie Sanders as a fool. We now know that Hillary cheated in Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan. Why do you think she's going there in Detroit? Their nerves are shot. Hillary Clinton made a fool out of the people in Flint, Michigan that are having problems with their water. Donald Trump went up there and said, I'll fix it. He walked through the water plants. He said, give me a shot. I will correct this. I will not have this in America. I will not have children not able to drink water. I will correct this. Give me a chance. That's what Donald Trump did. Hillary went to Flint and cheated. Cheated, folks. Made a fool out of Bernie Sanders right in Michigan where he won. She knows it. They'll either stay home. That's not voter suppression. You see, Hillary Clinton has done her own voter suppression. So when the media tries to tell you that Republicans are trying to suppress the vote, remember, the voter suppression is coming from Hillary Clinton herself. The corruption is coming from Hillary Clinton herself. Everything is coming from Hillary Clinton herself. You understand? Nothing, nothing's a big word, nothing, absolutely nothing outside of the truth is the reason Donald Trump will win this coming Tuesday night. No other reason. So don't go with the voter suppression. Don't go with the neo-Nazis. Here's the deal. You got to protect the ball. You need to get aggressive, and you need to get in the end zone, and you're on the 5-yard line, and it's 1st and goal, and you got 4 shots to get in, because you're not done, okay? You're not done. You still need to get in that end zone, so you need to get in there. But now they're down the field launching it. I mean, they're playing with they're doing that 2-minute, drill in defense. The 2-minute drill in defense where you practice all week, the 1 minute, where you've got 1 minute and you go into 1 minute offense that you have to. You know that? That's what they're doing. They're throwing the ball in the air. You're going to hear reports that neo-Nazis are going to suppress the vote. You're going to hear reports of voter suppression. You're going to hear reports that Republicans are still not coming home and coming together and supporting their candidate. You're going to hear reports more about, Hillary's hurting so bad that she had to go back in the playbook 2 weeks and get Melissa Machado or whatever, the woman Donald Trump called Miss Piggy. She had to get her out yesterday. That's how far back they're going in the playbook. Hillary has to campaign in Detroit Friday night because Bernie Sanders won Michigan, and it's now found out that Hillary made a fool out of the people in Flint, Michigan by cheating with Donna Brazile. All these things are out there. So voter suppression, folks, there's only one thing I want to tell you before I close and go to the next segment. Everything you hear about voter suppression, Hillary Clinton has done her own voter suppression. Her own. Understand that. It's 8:31. I'm running long. 650,000 emails. I'm going to give you something to think about because I'm going to bring us back at 9. I have Carlene and Robert coming in here. No telling what they're going to do. Don't know what they're up to. I kindly trust Carlene. It's Robert that concerns me what direction he might go in. But I can't wait to get into this next segment with our good friends Carlene and Robert talking about health and fitness. I'm going to leave you with this. The government has a supercomputer. You're hearing it. So think about the other way this computer can be used. So they're telling you now they have 650,000 emails. And what they could do is they could squeeze down the emails to duplicates. They could squeeze down the emails to subjects. They could squeeze down the emails to certain things to where they get it to what they call eyes only, meaning now they have to send those to people that have security clearance. So if they could do that with those emails, maybe they can do them with yours. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back at 9 o'clock to finish that thought. Just think about that for a minute, okay? That what they can actually do if they flip and turn the tables on the American people. I know that was out there a little bit, but then that's me. That's who I am. We'll be back right after this break. I'm running along. We're going to have Carlene and Robert, and then at 9 o'clock, we're going to get right back into the election. Don't forget, next week, we're going to be here partying. That's right, same time. Take us a break, Cole.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
El Rey in Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Ellijay.
This is the big one, the 20% off MSRP model year-end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with huge savings over $3,600 off the redesigned Malibu. Now just $20,400. Save over $8,600 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now just $33,500. 20% off new Chevys. Right here, right now, at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey, and we're back. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. You're watching FYNTV.com every Wednesday morning at 8:30 around this time. Carlene visits us. I can't see past you. Okay, so before we get into this, let me ask you the trade-off. There's no plate of. There's no bowl of apples.
I'm starving.
No pancakes. This is the trade-off?
I did. I didn't make anything, so I said, honey, come with me. Did you get that? Honey, come with me. Good thing you didn't have a mic
Robert,
on.
this is what they call TV. Glad to have you this morning. Glad to have Robert here with us. We have so
It's
much
always great to be here.
Why did you bring Robert? Is there a reason, like, did he have to ride with you today, or? What's called doing sign language? Is it sparking today?
We're doing like sign language.
I was like, hand me another spark. He's really bugging me today.
So what?
You had to ride together? Cars in the shop? I mean,
No,
we just thought.
No, we just decided to there's nothing going on this week for you. So
you missed
we decided to lay out an agenda
We needed
of
a filler.
hiking,
We needed a filler.
hiking, camping, kayaking, because I know you're going to be totally bored this week.
I can see that.
And so will everybody else. There's nothing going on. No games. There's no politics.
Nothing. Okay, I can see that.
It all
we needed a filler.
It all ended last night. Who won?
No, it didn't end last
What?
night. It didn't end
It's not
last
over?
night. It's games.
I voted.
Oh. Oh, he has jokes too, folks. Yes, he has jokes. No, we're not in Vegas. Let me talk to you just for a minute.
I'm just going to let you two go at it this morning.
Why don't you talk? I'll be right here drinking my
No,
Spark.
I would say, first of all, thank you for the Brian. You better order now.
Gingerbread
Brian,
bar.
you better order now. Brian, you
No
better
doubt.
order now.
Did you
So
order?
did we.
Well, there was a big red sign when I ordered.
Oh,
no.
Temporarily not available.
Oh no.
But you know what it did? It forced me to try something different. I'm going with the snack bars, the apple. What's the apple?
Apple cinnamon.
Crunch,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm going with those this time. I should be getting those today.
Okay.
And I have, I get into a routine. Just put it like that. I get into a routine. So I have jumped out there and I've changed my peanut butter. I've taken a real chance. My peanut butter chocolate shake. Yes, I have, let's see, for a year, going on a year, okay, every morning, and I ordered Snickerdoodle.
Ooh.
Oh, you're gonna like those. That'll
I?
be fun. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just looked at it and I said, Lisa does the order for me. And Lisa says, after a year, it's like we have a whole ritual. After a year, you don't think you can sit down and learn how to place this order? Yeah, I will next order. So
After Tuesday,
so
you'll
funny.
sit down and do something
yeah,
different.
let me see what they have. So anyhow, I went with Snickerdoodle and the apple cinnamon. And one more thing before you get to some of these products, and Robert talks about some things that you guys got coming up and some things that he brought here. This order is a cleanse. So this is the order.
Okay, good. Right, okay.
So I'm cautious to say that after that, I think I'll do the weigh-in, but my nerves are shot, okay, on that. But they get shot. But I don't go all through the year. I don't go to the scales. Now things work for other people, but not me. I would say I don't even know if we own scales. I'm serious because I don't go in the bathroom. There's not a set of bathroom scales. I just don't do that. The only time I've actually weighed in since we started is right here in this room with you. That's it.
Yep. Well, I'm fine with that. I really don't mind the scale of that because I think it's all about the clothes and you fitting in the clothes better because that shows, body fat loss and the weight off. So I'm not worried about it.
Well,
You're
what
gonna
I'm
be
saying
great.
is some people run to the scales and, 1.2.
And it can become an obsession.
Well, and it can make you nervous when you go
Yep.
up to.
Yeah.
Like I
Right.
went up to. It's like the
Right.
polls.
Yeah, which happens.
Donald Trump's down 2 pounds and then he's up 4 pounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you just got to the planet and you don't know what we're talking about a healthy lifestyle using exercise, better eating, and the Advocare products. Back to you, Brian.
Thanks.
We didn't even, you just went there like if they just joined in, I'm thinking TV, if they just joined in, which hopefully you have more people joining every day, right?
Right, but
Yeah,
I'm
new
just
people.
thinking to myself, I want to meet the people that just got to the planet. That's what I trust me. There's different. Every time somebody says something, I pick up something different.
Yeah, there's like
Yes, you do.
somewhere out there on his mobile device, there's like this alien with 3 fingers going.
Yeah, he just got
what
to
are
the
they talking
planet."
about?
Yeah, they have to contact the big giant head.
We have to preface what you're
You
talking
have no
about.
idea what that means.
That one, no. This one, sort of. Again, I'm just here, folks.
Yes, Advocare. Advocare. I started Advocare last year. Robert and Carlene, they are my coach, and they encourage me with many in North Georgia, and we talk about health and fitness, and we use Advocare products, but it's a whole system. It's not just drinking Spark in the morning. It's not just having the breakfast shake. You got to put everything together with it.
Yes.
And
It's a lifestyle.
It's that one always makes me nervous, but I do say I just gonna tell you it's tough when I say it's a lifestyle
But
change.
you make changes.
Huh?
You make changes and they become
you make
habits,
changes.
and
Ooh.
habits are hard to break, but they're also hard to start. But once you do, then they're great.
Talk about some of the things that we have going on at Stay Active LJ.
Wow.
We just had a planning meeting last night, and I'm just going to tell you, Cole, strap on your boots. We got a lot
Seriously.
planned.
And
You got a lot planned?
We got a lot planned. It's
And
really
your
going to be a
horse.
fun.
Oh yeah.
And your bike, actually, Cole. Lots of mountain bikes coming in. Beginner mountain biking. So we had a planning meeting last night. A friend of ours, Doug Colburn, is part of our business, and he's recently moved up here, and he's an avid hiker and mountain biker and that kind of thing. So we're teaming up with all of our great partners, outdoor partners from around the community, but have laid out a calendar almost through February. We're going to have hikes we'll have beginner hikes and more intermediate hikes. So 2 miles are the beginner hikes, and then 4 to 6 miles are the intermediates. And we're just going to start really getting out and exploring new places that we haven't gone to and repeating some of the ones we have that are favorites. So we'll be hiking, and then we'll be starting up beginner mountain bike outings. So you can come and bring your mountain bike or bring any bike and just get your, learn how to do that through Doug Colburn and Roberto. And then then we will paddling. We're going to do some kayaking and things like that. We are doing, unfortunately, because of the forest fire and the Cajetas, we have had to cancel our Jacks River hike on November 12th. But we are going to do the Moonlight Paddle that night instead of...
And
the Moonlight Paddle makes me a nervous wreck.
I've got your back, Brian, because we've nicknamed that night the Wolfman.
The Wolfman can swim.
Yeah, where are you going, guys?
You make fun of it, but I'm telling you, he's out there.
There's a very creepy Wolfman you sent me, by the way. Yes, that picture.
Well, speaking of Wolfman, it's No Shave November, and I'm on day 2.
That's what has me concerned.
The Wolfman or that?
Yes, no.
By November 12th.
The Wolfman you brought over this morning. No, you know what?
He'll be in the woods with us.
Now, I have one for you.
Yes.
You got to be concerned of the Wolfman, but then again, you could get in the woods and run into a Wookalar.
A Wookalar. I was fearful of those.
Yes,
make sure you're drinking your Snickerdoodle.
You better watch it. You better watch it. You run into a Wookalar.
What is a Wookalar?
Huh? You have no idea what a Wookalar is?
Explain. A lot of people don't.
I can't go there.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it
if
just
you
makes me
joined us-
nervous just to know that you don't know you're out there in the woods in a Wookalar.
November 12th, the moon is going to be
Tim
closer.
Conway and Don Knotts, Private Eyes. Tim Conway and Don Knotts.
I love both of them. I don't remember. So this is from a movie.
Yes, the
Gotcha,
Wookalar.
of course.
Can I have some of this popcorn?
No. Stay focused.
Okay.
Usually that's my problem. So what do we have coming up? Now, the one great thing about Stay Active LJ, let me just say this. You see how much fun we're having? They do that in a group. We do. We call North Georgia the Great Outdoor Playground, okay? And even though the great thing about this area in North Georgia, although the weather changes and it gets cold, it's really not to the point where you can't bundle up and enjoy it. You're still getting outside.
Right.
It doesn't keep you in. You enjoy seeing, as you said, right now you can still see the leaves on the tree, and it won't be long that they'll be gone, and it even makes the hikes more enjoyable because the views, you were telling me the views really open up when the leaves fall off.
Right.
So Stay Active LJ is focused, I'm going to let them tell you what they're focused on, but outdoor, North Georgia's outdoor playground. Now you have hikes for beginners, you have hikes intermediate, you have all of that labeled so people know ahead of time if they contact you and they want to do one of your outdoor activities, whether it is the kayaking, the mountain biking, the hiking, regardless of what it is, you can walk them through what they need that day. You can walk them through on the skill level or expert level, so people know before they take off.
Yes, that's right. We have our Facebook page will primarily have all of the details about each event. We'll do a Facebook invitation, so that will also on the Chamber of Commerce website will be a calendar or a list of all of our activities, so you can go there. But we do have a website that we're working on and building, and that is stayactivelj.com. But our Facebook page is Stay Active LJ. And you can go there and find out anything. Just click on events, and then that'll bring you right to our events. And we are posting those now. We'll be posting those today and tomorrow. That will go all the way through January.
If you've never gone on a night hike, we're going to be doing that too. We're going to have headlamps.
Where are you going on a night hike?
Various places around here that are safe that people, Tumbling Waters is one of them out Carter's Lake. It's an easy hike. And when you're lit up, and if you've got 18 people with headlamps, it's really lit up. And there's Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying it's hard to get lost.
Yeah. It's sort of like the night kayak ride. You're safe. You've got life jacket, and you've got and the
See,
Wolfman.
I think you'll get a much better response if you just don't call it a night hike. That sounds boring to me. I think I would
A
advertise
hike in the dark.
A Wolfman hike?
Wait,
what was
Bigfoot search party.
Bigfoot search party.
Yeah,
got
you
a
do
point
that?
there.
You do that? Night hike? Oh,
I
that's
like
a
that.
party, night. No, the Bigfoot search party.
Yeah.
This is a party, hiking. It's got everything.
And we get out
That's
there early
great.
and have some things moving around,
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
swinging in the trees.
Stage some people up ahead, make some noises.
We could do that.
Bigfoot
We could bring
search
in the
party.
Bigfoot museum guy. Maybe he'd join us for the Bigfoot search
I'm
party.
just saying.
Good idea, Brian.
Have you ever gone camping at night?
Next thing you know, Wookalar runs through the woods and you go like
Wookalar.
this. You have to go look that up today, and you're going to come back next week and tell me you know what a Wookalar is.
Okay.
It's got me very upset that you're out there unprotected, not knowing what a Wookalar is.
After this election, we need to go night camping at night with you.
Why does everything got to be at night? I don't want to hear the creatures all night long.
Wolfman.
I mean, I get concerned sitting on my side porch, gated in, and I hear a noise out there. And I say to my dog, Sassy, what is that out there? I will tell you what, some teams may not like if I'm predicting their future in the playoffs, but it looks like there's only going to be 2 more Friday nights that I'll have a Friday night commitment. So hopefully after that, it really looks like just a couple more Friday nights, and then after that, and that's the only thing that really holds me back is a Friday night commitment, getting home close to midnight, and then getting back out Saturday. And last week, I got run over on the sideline. Kid run me over at about
heard
40
that.
mile an hour.
He's not kidding.
And yeah, he knocked me for a loop. So last week, Saturday, I actually could have done several pain reliever commercials. But anyhow, in a couple of weeks, then I will have no excuse not to join you on
Are
something.
you cold-natured though? Are you good?
Oh, I'm
good?
okay with that.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
I'm okay with that.
Good.
It doesn't bother me to go
Oh,
out.
good.
A little cold, yeah. it doesn't
Feels
bother me.
good.
It's November 1st. I'm in shorts.
Hey, listen, there is nothing you do that I should not attempt based on the fact that I always have to live with. If my mother-in-law can do it, so can I. Right?
True. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So, guys, what else is going on? What did you bring with you today? I mean, Robert always
the
brings
regular
something.
Spark, the awesome shakes and core, which I take. It helps.
What core do you take? Because I don't take. That's not the same. I take the E, right?
You do take E.
What do you?
We both
take,
take
Rob?
that one because it has 2 products that we were already taking. It helps your joints to feel better. It's got anti-inflammatory in there, so the aches and pains aren't as bad. It's also got some CoQ10. You know, it's a wellness box that has all the stuff that people should be taking and maybe already taking individually. It's just in one sleeve. It's very convenient, and it's all in there and exactly what you need. Calcium, full multi-mineral vitamin, the Omegaplex, CoQ10, and some anti-inflammatory products that really help the aches and pains when you reach 52 or beyond. It helps. Especially when you're hiking and kayaking at night all over the place with this lady. I gotta keep up and be limber.
Aches and pains. I mean, he had me at aches and pains.
I know it's a box that I want you to try eventually, but there's no appetite control or no anything in that for that box. So anyway,
Wellness.
It's a wellness. So I think you're on the right box right now, and
Yeah.
especially needing your energy level and that kind of thing that with that E. But it is a box that after the first of the year we may look at for you.
All right, let me ask you something else. There's a product I seen on Advocare's website, green.
Greens.
Yeah.
Advo Greens.
Have you tried that?
We have.
Can I? I almost ordered it, but I wanted to try it first. Do you have one I can try? Or
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
because I want.
Yes.
I was going to order it, and Lisa said, "Why don't you see if you like it first?" Because tell me about that product, because I was real interested when I was placing my last order in this, because something about that.
Right.
Tell me about that product.
Well, if you don't get enough greens in your diet every day, I mean enough vegetables, then that's the way to add. And a lot of people, there are so many benefits to the dark greens, antioxidants, and all kinds of health benefits to those dark leafy greens, the spinach, the kale, and those things.
Spirulina.
And a lot of people juice, they
Right.
put all that in and do a juicer and then drink it like that. Advocare has created this Advogreens line that in that greens box specifically, you can just take literally, is it 1 or 2
One
scoops?
scoop.
One scoop, and it's the equivalent of a blender full of kale, broccoli, spinach, whatever. But
do a
they've
scoop a day.
took the nutrients out of it and
I love it.
do it.
So you've tried it?
Yeah, I use it I do a scoop a day, and it tastes good, but you're really getting, if you look at what you're getting, it's amazing in one scoop. People really work hard to do this juicing like Carlos
Yeah, that's what I was
said.
getting ready to say, and that's what interests me in
Yeah,
this, because I
so
see
a scoop, you get,
I see people doing all this stuff to try to get a green drink with all, and they tell me all these things that's in this drink, and I see the work they go through, and I'm thinking, so this has been condensed to a powder that I can put in here, shake it up, and
Exactly.
Right.
True.
I want to try that.
I do it in just a
Bring
little bit
some-
of water, it's got a little lemony flavor, and drink it down. But it's not an excuse not to eat salads and get more greens, it's just gonna get you more greens, and that's really healthy for your body. all around.
Absolutely. What other Avocare? Let's wrap up this morning, unless there's something you have that you want to make sure and let me know. But let's talk about the 24-day challenge. Let's talk about going into fall, the holidays, obviously. But let's talk a little more about Avocare and some of the products which we do. But talk about the 24-day challenge and what works there and how people can take advantage of that.
Yeah, the 24-day challenge is absolutely the best comprehensive 6 products combined combination of way to start your plan. And of course, as you talked about last week, anytime you are looking at doing a new plan, check with your doctors to make sure that's okay. But the 24-day challenge includes a 10-day cleanse system, which you do eat on it. You eat lean and green. I mean, vegetables, lean meats. You stay away from fast food and fried foods and things like that. But so that 10-day cleanse is really unbelievable. People love it. Day 2 or 3, we have a new gentleman that started. I think he's on day 6. He's like, he's so fired up. He hasn't had any alcohol. He hasn't had any sodas. He hasn't had any fried foods. I mean, all these things that he was kind of eating on a daily basis, which people just, they get in this habit of eating bad and they don't even realize how bad. But for him, no beers, each day, which had become a habit. He feels fantastic. So he's on day 6 or 7, losing weight already, drinking Spark in the morning, and hasn't coffee. I mean, he can't believe how good he feels. And he's a big guy. Used to be, I don't know if he's a professional football player, but big guy that just feels amazing. And he loves the plan because he's like, this is easy. This is the way we should eat. And he knows that. People know it, but you get off track. So comes with a guide that explains to you what you eat, throughout the day. And it's not anything unrealistic. You do mostly stay away from fast food, also. But the guide completely walks you through, and then you get to enjoy the shakes if you want the shakes, the Spark. And then after you've done the 10-day cleanse, you get on what we call metabolic nutrition system, which is what you've done is that cleanse has pulled all of the bad toxins and buildup out of your body. And then it's like you're just taking this little bottle and pouring really high scale nutrition back in, and your body you just feel good. I mean, you just work better. Does help you metabolize your food better, helps you make better food choices. Our doctors believe that if we get the nutrition that we were designed, that God created us to need, that you don't crave the junk. And that's exactly what happens with Advocare. And I tell everybody, and they don't believe it till they're on it, that you don't crave the stuff. I bet you don't even remember craving things you used to crave before, because you've been now, excuse me, and that's where my mic is, but you've been doing this for so long that you don't even notice or probably remember what foods you might have craved or wanted before.
You think you can't do it. And your taste will change, your palate will change, your desires will change, your things will change. I'll tell you a little interesting thing. Yesterday we had a new lady start here, and if you have known me throughout the years, you would understand this comment that I'm about to make. And she started, and she came out and she said, "Do you guys have a coffee pot?" And I had to stop and think if we have one.
Wow.
I'm like, I don't know. Check the kitchen counter. There was a time, actually this time last year, because I didn't start till January. This time last year, I would have already drank by myself here in this office a full pot, be on the second one, when made second pot. I had to think yesterday if there's even a coffee pot in there. And I will tell you this, I don't miss that. Now, I don't go around just bad-mouthing everything like, oh, this is bad and that's bad. Do I enjoy? Now, I've made some friends up in Blue Ridge, Tupelo tea, and I have never really been a tea drinker, but I enjoy the tea because my friend at Tupelo Tea, she knows, her name happens to be Carla. I got too many. I got Carla, Carlene, Carla. So I told Carla's Corner, I said, I have a new friend in Blue Ridge. Her name's Carla. Is it a K or a C? And I said, it's a C. Yeah, that's right. So, anyhow, my friend.
You got your K girls in LJ.
But no, if I go up there, Carla, like, she could tell me all the teas. It's great, Tupelo tea. She could tell me all the teas that have natural appetite suppressants, natural energy. You know what I mean? So there's things like that that I have ventured out into that last year everything would have surrounded a pot of coffee.
Man,
you follow what I'm saying?
I barely remember those days, but I know.
And I will tell
was
you,
the same way.
for 17 years I've been helping people with these products. 17 years. And I will tell you the same consistent thing. People that drink are continuous coffee drinkers, especially in the morning, most of the time have stomach issues. And coffee is, supposedly healthy, and people think it is, and I'm not arguing that, but I'm just telling you in 17 years, the ones who have acid reflux, stomach, just something going on in their stomach.
Used to chew them like candy.
Yeah.
I used to chew.
Have you had a Tums?
No, I don't. No, I haven't had anything I haven't had to take anything to do with acid reflux. Nothing like that. Nothing.
Right. So, and another thing,
Great
but you
side
didn't even
effect.
realize that. Yeah. So, time and time again, that's what I hear. And people don't want to give up their coffee, and coffee's not bad every now and again, but coffee can, I'm just telling you, from what I've seen of all the people that we've helped over the years, those that have stomach issues, a lot of times they drink that coffee.
It turns into something that it turns into one of those in moderation things.
Totally, right.
So
everything.
if you have to have the second pot of the morning to get through the day, and I have some friends, and I'm not knocking it, but don't speak to me. I haven't had my coffee. If that's where you've gotten to, and it's not in a place in your life where you just enjoy it, and you get a book or whatever, you're sitting on the side porch, it's hot, it's a hot drink, and you enjoy it, then that's different in moderation. I want to say this before we close this morning. You're getting into the holiday season, and let me tell you something. This is where it gets really personal, and it gets really personal for you, because one, I'm going to ask you really nicely to not let anybody tell you can't do something. That turns my ears red when somebody says you can't do something. So not that your family and friends don't love you, but they can tend to discourage you on some things of you want to make changes in your life. Now, if this applies to you, it does. If it doesn't, and I'm not saying this to upset you, so I'll speak for myself. You're getting ready to go into holidays. You're going to get together with a whole lot of family on Thanksgiving, and you're going to get together with a whole lot of family on Christmas. And you may even take that Christmas card picture that you want to send out to all your family that you normally do. If you look and you don't like what you see in that picture, because that's what I did, okay? And that's nobody else. You're the one that's going to look in that picture and say, you know what? I'm not happy with that. I'm sorry to put it that way. I'm personalizing it. That's what you will do, because that's what I did. I looked at the picture and I said, I'm just not happy with that. That's not okay. Give us a call, 706-889-9700 or chief@veterannews.com. Come over to Stay Active LJ. I'll get you set up with Carlene. We will help you any way we can. My goal is the next time I weigh in, it won't be a year, starting in January, my goal will be 60 pounds. That'll be my goal. If it comes up 53 1/3, I'm not going to be upset. If it comes up 58, I'm not going to be upset. If it comes up 62, I'll be excited. But that's my goal. That's why I don't do that. I've gotten to a point where if it's 54, and that's what it is this year, I'm going to stay with what I'm doing, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
But we're going to do
fantastic.
that. But that to me is what I just say out there. Personalize it yourself. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it, and get in touch with us. And because I'm going to tell you, I don't want to go too far, but I have a certain picture, and I will show it to you one day that I said, "This is not working." You know, so. And I don't like to wear them all the time, but I do like to be able to put on a tie.
Yeah. Well, I'm just so proud of you because you stuck in there. You've done everything. You know, you've made that lifestyle change.
The easy thing would have been to say, I can't. Just keep going and ignore it. You know,
exactly.
And that's a road
totally
that you don't
easy.
know where it's leading.
Right.
You made a decision, and that is the hardest thing to do. And to stick to that decision every single day, you've done it, and that is an admirable thing. And it's a great example to people out there that they can do that. Losing 60 pounds in a year is a huge health benefit.
That's what
for
Donald
people.
Trump would say. It's huge.
That is an incredible incredible thing.
And you know, I think what was the last? Was it right around 50? Was it on the last?
Yes.
Right around
Yes.
50. So if it's 53, if it's 56, I'm going to just keep going with it. Now I will tell you that when I say best thing, it's over and over. We got to go to break, and I got to get back. People are waiting for me to continue my discussion on some other subjects. But I do want to say this: when I say the best thing, I guess that's great because there's so many best things about this that are equally important. You don't have to stop eating. You know, you don't have to stop eating. Like at night, we watch TV, and you'll never believe it. Well, obviously, we're going to always call it an ice cream, but at 9 o'clock, we're watching TV, I get ice cream. You know what? I get the Greek yogurt. I don't know if you've seen those. They're Greek yogurt ice cream, but it's made out of Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
And it's mint chocolate chip, and it's Greek yogurt.
Now you're talking to me.
Loaded with protein.
Yeah, and it's so, I mean, at 9 o'clock I have one. I think it says it's got 100, but it's Greek yogurt. It's not, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
yes.
and I enjoy it. It is not, you do not quit eating. And you get an opportunity to invent things. You can become an inventor. The popcorn.
Can I just tell you how amazing it smells in the studio? Just drop by.
We have to go.
MTV.
Final words. Tell us where we can find Robert. They all want to know where they can find Robert.
Well, I'm fixing to get under this table and eat all this popcorn.
Share that with us.
Come by and find me under the table.
At Stay Active LJ. We're right across the street from Hardee's, right on the river, right at the bridge, at that crazy, dangerous intersection. Come in, get off the road right there, and come see us at Stay Active LJ. And that's on Industrial Boulevard. And then our Facebook page, you can reach us and find out about our events coming up. We are hiking Sunday at 2 o'clock to the Jeanette Poplar. That's a kind of an easy beginner hike. It's a mile in and a mile out, but it's you'll see the beautiful Jeanette Poplar and catch the last bit of leaves, colored leaves on the trees.
Second largest tree in Georgia, and they could have cut it down, and the family decided not to, and look what it's become for this area. It's very popular.
I'm your host, BKP. Thank you for watching this morning as we've been talking health and fitness and AvoCare products with Robert and Carly Ferguson. Also, Stay Active LJ. You've been watching FYNTV.com. We're going to take a break, and we're going to get back in. We're running a little long, but we're going to get back into maybe some politics. Stay with us. When we return, I got some things we want to talk about. Rural America will win this election. I'll tell you why I know. Take us a break.
This is the big one, the 20% off MSRP model year end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with huge savings over $3,600 off the redesigned Malibu. Now just $20,400. Save over $8,600 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now just $33,500. 20% off new Chevys. Right here, right now, at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. It is 9:12. We're running a little long. We will be here until 11 o'clock today. Our phone number is 706-889-9700. Cole, keep a check on that phone text message. You can send us text messages there. We're here till 11 o'clock. Maybe if you'd like to call the show or you'd like for us to call you to get you on, text us at that number, 706-889-9700. 706-889-9700 if you'd like to get on the show, or chief@fetchernews.com. Now, folks, I think Wisconsin, I think Michigan, I think they're all in play. Now, I've done some polling. I said this yesterday, I can move over a little, Cole. I'm not centered in. Cole's with me, center in. I said yesterday, you're watching FYNTV.com. I had Carla here, and I was amazed when I asked her, when is the last time you've seen a presidential candidate as popular at Halloween as Donald Trump? And this young lady said, Richard Nixon. And I'll tell you the truth, this is the last time I have seen, and actually Richard Nixon was not popular at Halloween till after, I know this sounds silly, but I'm going somewhere with this. Richard Nixon was not popular at Halloween until after he left and people were able to say, I'm not a crook, okay? College kids. Polling has Democrats nervous. College kids. There was way too many college kids this trick or treat Halloween that dressed up as Donald Trump. I'm going somewhere. There's some polling out there that white, obviously it has to be white, because God forbid they cannot do polling showing blacks moving towards Trump in any way. It's probably out there, folks, but they will not expose that polling, okay? But they will not expose that polling. But here's the thing. White, college-educated men are moving to Trump. So there's these moves that have the Democrats very nervous. The move that has them the most concerned is when I talk to a lady in the election clerk's office that runs the elections in Barron County, Wisconsin, okay? I got the data up here, 35,000 or 42,000 people in the county, all right? Then day before yesterday, we talked to a farmer that farms in the corner of all 4 of the counties, one being Barron, Wisconsin. Rural America is going to have a tough task overtaking Milwaukee, okay, Madison. They're going to have a tough task. Rural America is going to have a tough task of taking over Detroit. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tall order to take over Philadelphia. It's going to be tough. But it's not as tough if folks in the inner city don't go vote. That's the bottom line. Now, this morning, before I go into a couple of the stories we have this morning, okay, African Americans are failing to vote at the robust levels they did 4 years ago in several states that could help decide the presidential election. Now, I have cautioned everybody on the polls. I have cautioned everybody on early voting, okay, the hearing numbers. I've cautioned you on that. But we're going to look at this one here. African Americans are failing to vote at the robust levels they did 4 years ago in several states that could help decide the presidential election. This is a New York Times article this yesterday afternoon, and the Democrats did not like this article. Creating a vexing problem for Hillary Clinton as she clings to a deteriorating, let me find something that helps me say deteriorating level over Donald Trump with Election Day just a week away. As tens of millions of Americans cast ballots in what will be the largest ever mobilization of early votes in a presidential election, the numbers have started to point towards a slump that many Democrats feared might materialize without the nation's first black president on the ticket. The reasons for the decline appear to be both politically and logistical. With lower voter enthusiasm, in North Carolina, where a federal appeals court accused Republicans of almost surgical assault on black turnout and Republican-run election boards curtailed early voting sites, black turnout is down 16%. 16%. Why do you think Barack Obama's in North Carolina today? Down 16%. Okay? While turnout, however, is up 15%, white turnout. So white turnout is up 15%, black turnout's down 16%. That's in North Carolina, right? Let's see, black turnout, Republicans, black turnout down. Democrats are planning an aggressive final push, including a visit by Obama on So today, on Wednesday, okay? It was 25%. So what if in the inner city, what if black, unenthusiastic voters stay home? What if? And what if some blacks that go to the polls vote for Donald Trump in record numbers? They got a problem, folks. They got a big problem that they know they have a problem, okay? So what if black voters in cities don't show up to vote? And the black voters that do show up to vote, what if a large percentage of them bought into what do you have to lose? Just saying. Just saying. Okay? That is something they're concerned about. And that is why they have to go to Detroit Friday. Hillary Clinton, and we'll get past this, Hillary Clinton to campaign in Michigan on Friday. She's going to Detroit. Okay? She's going to Detroit. Period. On Friday. Now, when I talk to Lake County, I'm going to stay focused on that. When I talk to Lake County, Michigan, let's stay with this, Lake County, Michigan, which only has a population of 11,000 people. That's in the whole county. They said Detroit is not in Michigan. They don't even consider it. That's how these states are separating out these cities. Remember, Michigan is a place that voted for Bernie Sanders. So quickly we'll let you know, just in this little county alone, Donald Trump won 803 votes. There was 1,590 cast votes for Republicans. 803 went to Trump. Bernie Sanders, the Democrats had 1,096. Bernie Sanders had 514. Hillary had 548. As small as this county is, I want to put it into perspective. There's 514 potential people that may not vote. There's 514 Bernie Sanders voters that may stay home. There's 514 Bernie Sanders voters that may vote for Donald Trump. And there's 514 Bernie Sanders voters in this small county in Michigan that may say she's a crook and she treated Bernie like a fool. Sorry for using that word. Now, okay? So, Wisconsin. Why is Bernie Sanders going to Wisconsin? Now, obviously, he's going up there to help Russ Feingold, but he's told, I guarantee he's told by the Clinton campaign, if you go and do a campaign rally with Russ Feingold and you don't make it sound like a Hillary Clinton rally, you got a problem. Bernie Sanders to campaign for Hillary Clinton, Russ Feingold in Milwaukee today. Today. Why? Not because they think Feingold has a chance. That's not why. Because they have to pull in Milwaukee. Folks, the end, now Donald Trump is going to largely populated areas, but the end of their campaign will surround demographic minorities in inner cities. Bernie Sanders is going to Milwaukee. Let me tell you what the lady said in Barron County, Wisconsin. Let's talk about Wisconsin. Let's take that back in. I think they can win. Barron County, Wisconsin is 45,676 people. Here's what this lady told me in the election clerk in that county is Milwaukee is going to be hard to overtake. Hard to overtake. I was told by election clerk has been doing this for years. And she's in politics because her office is actually an elected office. And she told me that Milwaukee would be hard to overtake. Hard. But there was a feeling Trump stood a chance. And there was a feeling that Johnson stood a chance. there was a feeling he stood a chance. Talked to a farmer in Wisconsin 2 days ago, Tom. Tom said there's a big feeling that Trump stood a chance. Rural America has to come out. Now, let me give you the reason he's in Milwaukee. Okay? In this last election, there were 9,024 in this county in Wisconsin. Now, this gets a little larger. There was 9,024 Republican votes cast. 4,217 Trump, 3,558 for Cruz. Trump won this county in Wisconsin with 17 on the ballot. Now, I know if you were listening a couple days ago, but the reason we're going over this again, and we're going to get to the FBI and we're going to get to the 650,000 emails. The reason we're going over this again, keep in mind, I brought into Michigan into play. I brought into Pennsylvania into play. We've been talking about North Carolina. I've got some family in North Carolina. I've been talking to them. I brought Michigan into play, Wisconsin. Guess what? Guess where Hillary's going Friday night? Detroit. That's where she's going. She's going to Motown. Yeah. Where's Bernie? Milwaukee with Russ Feingold. Because they know, and they don't want to talk about it, that even what Michael Moore said, these states are in play. Now, on the Democrat side of this ticket up there in Barron County, Wisconsin, Democrats, there was 5,570 votes. Bernie he won this county in Wisconsin. Bernie got 2,960 votes. Hillary got 2,570. I'm going to wrap up this segment by telling you that is 2,960 people that said no to Hillary once. Are you not catching on? Well, you got to understand, 3,558 said no to Trump. There was 7. I agree. But let's keep it simple, stupid. Okay? There was 9,024 votes for Donald Trump. For the Republicans in this county. 4,217 went to Trump. The next guy in was Cruz, 3,558. You may say, look at how many people chose somebody other than Trump. That was on that day. On the Democrat side, only 5,570 came out and voted. 2,960 voted for Bernie Sanders. 2,570 voted for Hillary. 2,960 said, we don't want Hillary Clinton. They voted against Hillary once. Here's the difference. On the Republican side of that county, they have a lot more enthusiasm and a lot more reason today than even the primary to go vote for Donald Trump, the people that didn't in that primary. Today, the 2,960 Bernie Sanders voters have a lot less, several less reasons. There's less incentive to go cast their vote now for Hillary Clinton. So it's real simple. You take rural America and you see the Republican side that has every reason to go cast their vote. And Hillary herself, nobody else, cheated Bernie Sanders. Donna Brazile, Deborah Wasserman Schultz, Hillary Clinton cheated Bernie Sanders in Wisconsin. Cheated him in Michigan, in Flint, Michigan. Cheated Bernie Sanders. Cheated the American people. They have less reason to take their vote to Hillary. And they have more reason to take their vote to Donald Trump. I'll be back after these messages. We'll talk a little more about rural election, and then we'll go into some polling data, 650,000 emails, and it seems like the guy we was talking about just yesterday, and we talked about him before on this show in the Wayback Machine, and it's coming out now. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Take us to break, Cole.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow, and then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza, proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
El Rey in LJ.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in LJ.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. You know, before I go, it's 9:30. We're going to be here till 11. Let me get my jokes back up. We got to get our jokes. Okay. Let's see. Do you know what the Do you know what the this is a good joke. This is good. This is good stuff. Do you know what the Hillary Clinton campaign code word is now? They've switched into the campaign is in the last remaining days. I mean, they are moving along. It's 24/7. They have everybody out. And they're calling it Operation Tube Snake Boogie. Anthony Weiner. He's a snake. You don't like that one? I thought that was a great one. The Hillary Clinton campaign is running Operation Tube Snake Boogie. I mean, yeah. So I think it's funny. I don't care if anybody else. I think it's hilarious. That's the Democrat campaign theme right now. They've switched into Tube Snake Boogie. Hey, wait a minute. Slow down out there. You're the ones that have burned up Facebook, burned up social media, burned up everything with every wiener joke known to man. You know, at least I'm not singing the song like my baloney has a first name. At least, yeah, I'm telling you, why am I? Just because I think that's good. Tube Snake Boogie. So Tube Snake Boogie, that's the Democrat, that's Hillary Clinton's campaign, is in high mode. Now, Cruz and Paul Ryan voted for Trump, but they couldn't say the name. And that is big news out there today. Because Paul Ryan and Cruz said they voted for the nominee. Oh my God, they didn't say Donald Trump. Folks, America is not waiting to see how they vote. America is not waiting for anything any longer, and they have not been waiting to see what Paul Ryan would do. They have not been waiting to see what John Kasich voted for McCain. Voted for McCain. Now, I understand McCain is a war hero. He's a veteran. I respect that. So I don't want any of my friends out there that are veterans to get upset with me, okay? But let's at least say John Kasich. You know the people, you keep seeing the people that say they will leave this country if Trump's elected. You know, who all do we have? We got Miley Cyrus. We got a whole list of these whack jobs that'll leave the country if Trump's elected. Can we in that little montage of pictures, that photo gallery, can we get John Kasich's photo there? Can we get a request sheet going for John Kasich just to leave? Just go. Just go, John. Just go. Anyhow, the media is wanting to know how, let's see, I had somebody here just a minute ago, Cole. I had it here just a minute ago. It was a story I wanted to do. Yeah, we'll get to it in a minute. Okay. I always guarantee you something. Now, this is a long shot. You know me. I am the guy that's always, you remember, I'm leading the league on going out on a limb. Climbing a tree for some of you Xbox generation kids, the Xbox kids out there. You climb a tree, you go outside, you climb a tree, and you shimmy out on a limb till it just won't take it anymore. Next thing you know, you fall out of the tree. You're either have your friend running to your mother saying you broke your arm, or you get up and climb the tree again. It's a chance you got to take. I tend to lead the league in those chances. This is from the Daily Beast, and this is on 6. This goes all the way back, okay, to June of this past year. Donald Trump's Frank Rizzo factor. What does that mean? Again, something nobody in the media is talking about. Frank Rizzo, the mayor of Philadelphia. Now, this goes back in the Wayback Machine in the 80s. I think it was like 84, 86. You look it up. This is a Wayback Machine. I was in the Philadelphia area. Now, Philadelphia is gone as far as it's just gone. All right? There's a couple people left. Now, back in the 80s, okay, what people would say, and these were older black construction workers. I knew the area. I knew Girard Avenue. I knew Allegheny Avenue. Trust me, all right? I knew the area in Philly back when Rizzo was mayor and running for mayor. There was no way Frank Rizzo was going to get elected mayor. It wasn't going to happen, okay? I'm not going to go into details, but I think Rizzo was mayor, and then he got voted out, and then he ran again, okay? When he ran the second time, there was a lot of older black men that I knew that were construction workers, and you would say to them, do you think Rizzo will win mayor? And they would turn around and they would say to you, everybody knows Rizzo's crooked, but when Rizzo was mayor, we all had a job. I know how that may have just sounded, okay? When Rizzo was mayor, we all had a job. Everybody, hey, I know Rizzo, you would hear this all the time. Rizzo's about as crooked as can be. He's got some crooked friends. I tell you what, I don't know what to think of Rizzo other than I know this much. When he was mayor, we all had a job. That I know. Interesting, not me, just saying. When Philadelphia hosts the National Democratic National Convention at the end of the month, they should recall a local legend and shudder. For years, the streets of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, were full of anything but love as crime soared and frustrations mounted. Enter stage right police commissioner, remember? Police commissioner, Mayor Frank Rizzo, whose years as a beat cop prepared him to lead a tough city at a tough time. His message, you and your family will be safe again. All right, Rizzo made promises, made good on that promise, and did so by running roughshod over the normal ruling of engagement of communication in a then racially divided city. Now, the reason I say that, here's what they get to. Judging by the polls, listen to this. Judging by the polls, Frank Rizzo, this was a former mayor of Philadelphia years ago, judging by the polls, Frank Rizzo was always in trouble, always behind, and yet on election day he won. His longtime campaign manager, Marty Weinberg, called it the hidden vote, that 10 to 15% of the electorate who would never openly admit they vote for Rizzo, but always did. I call it the Rizzo factor. So let me take you on the Rizzo factor in the inner cities. I think the shock factor, I told you you're not going to hear this anywhere else, because when we think of inner cities, we're totally, myself, throwing portions of them away. Just throwing portions of them away. Okay? Now, they have a chief of police. The inner city of Philadelphia has a chief of police. Okay? Think of it like this. I'm going to bring this home for you. As chief of police. If you remember, the chief of police of Philadelphia was put on Obama's team to look at how to retrain and work within law enforcement to be better receptive of the community, all the above. The chief of police, okay? Stay with me. You're going to like this, I think. The chief of police of Philadelphia, right? He was on Obama's team. The majority of all of these chief of police in these cities, now trust me, there's a reason we're talking about it this morning, because it's right before an election. And Trump, you need to go with this. There's a lot of these chief of police in the inner city that are politically connected and to the top, and the mayor is a Democrat, and you know, they need to stand next to the mayor, and they need to stand next to the mayor and the governor at certain times, and they need to kind of stay where they're at and be cautious on their political aspirations, political comments, or saying things that would lead you to believe they're leaning one way or another. Now, usually if they do say things that are leaning one way, they are Democratic. That being said, their officers do not. Their officers do not. Absolutely. You see, it's like the FBI. We read where Comey, and I know what you're saying. Well, you're not talking about Brian Pagliano, and you're not talking about the FBI, and you're not talking about Cheryl Mills, and you're not talking about... Let me tell you something. I have read all the WikiLeaks, not all the emails. I have read all the articles in the New York Times. I've read those. I have all of them pulled up. I've read every one. But I'm discussing the things that are going to hit home next Tuesday. If you go out and you talk to your friends, I have told you over and over, we are going to have to communicate with our friends. Yes, we have some liberal friends. I know you're shaking your head out there. We are going to have to communicate with people that are on the fence of voting. We are going to have to communicate with them on things on a level that they will accept and they will think about and say, you're right. Now, if you start getting in the weeds with all the WikiLeaks, they're not interested, okay? You're talking about a generation of people, folks, that are sometimes getting their news from a gas station. When they pump gas, there's some guy in a thing now. It's called gas station news. That's where you're at in this country. Is you got somebody says, well, I seen something the other day on gas station news when I was getting gas in Atlanta. Really? So let me get to this. FBI, Comey, we heard reports this week that there was people down the hall that wouldn't even say hello to him when he said good morning. There were people that when they had a cup of coffee, wouldn't even stop and drink a cup of coffee with him. He has resignation stacked up on his desk. Let's push that out to the cities, the big cities. Guess what? Firemen. Guess what? Policemen. Guess what? The SWAT team. Guess what? They have families. Guess what? Their families would like for them to come home. Guess what? The 2 police officers that were ambushed in Des Moines, Iowa have families that would like for them to come home at the end of their shift. Guess what? The scariest thing to a wife or a husband, if their wife is a police officer, the scariest thing to a spouse and the children is when their father or mother leave for duty, and will they come home? And guess what? They work in Philadelphia. And guess what? They work in New York City. And guess what? They work in Ferguson. And they work in Detroit. And they've had it. They've had it. And guess what they have? They have families. And they have aunts and uncles. And they have moms and dads. And they have friends. I call the inner city police officers in this country the Mayor Rizzo factor that nobody will talk about. Because, see, they don't want to go admit they can't do it. They just got to be careful with that, okay? They don't want to go admit. They know that Hillary Clinton is not going to do anything to help them. They know they've seen Hillary Clinton put Black Lives Matter on the stage of the Democrat convention and highlight them. They know. They know they have seen Hillary Clinton side with chaos. They know that they've seen Hillary Clinton's people in a video get paid to throw eggs at demonstrators, to hit officers and gash them, to start riots in Chicago. They know. See, what did that article say? The Rizzo effect. That there was 10 to 15%, now is it that high? I don't know. But there was 10 to 15% that would never admit they were going to vote for Mayor Rizzo. But somehow on election day he won. I'm your host, BKP. When we come back, I am going to double down on the Rizzo effect. We're going to talk about that a little more. And we will get into polls. We will get into everything. I'm telling you now. Blacks are not turning, they're not rushing, nobody's rushing to vote for Hillary Clinton. Nobody. Well, are you telling me in all of these votes that have been cast in the United States of America, there are not any for Hillary Clinton? Yes. Yes, there's votes for Hillary Clinton. But the rush to get there. The people so excited. I would like to see the poll of early voters. You want to do polls? Give me this one. I'd like to see the poll of early voters, 18 years old, being able to vote for the first time. See, I talked to a young lady in Fannin County, 18 years old. She was so excited. You have 18-year-olds, first time ever, getting to vote for President of the United States that is so excited they're going to vote for Donald Trump. Not Hillary Clinton, folks. Not Hillary Clinton. No, it's not on a scale. Blacks are not coming out. The blacks that come out, you will not know it until after the election of how many are going to buy into the, hey, how could it hurt? You don't know how many are going to buy into what do you got to lose? And then you don't know what I call the Rizzo effect nationwide. Mayor Rizzo in Philadelphia. Okay, police officers and their families and their children and their aunts and uncles. So let me tell you something. You want to get somebody off the fence this morning? And you want to call them up and send them an email? And you want to encourage them to vote for Donald Trump? Don't send them an email and call them an idiot. Don't send them an email and tell them how stupid they are. Don't send them an email saying, are you too dumb not to read these articles to see how Hillary Clinton did this, this, and this corrupt? We know that. Send them an email this morning and tell them that your heart passionately goes out to the families of 2 ambushed officers that were killed while on patrol, sitting in their car last night in Des Moines, Iowa. And that it's time to stop and think. If you have a son or daughter, a mother or father, an aunt and uncle that's going out to serve and protect and wear the uniform, whether they be in Detroit, whether they be in Atlanta, whether they be in New Orleans, that they deserve to come home at night to their family. All lives matter. Please vote for Donald Trump. Donald, you better pay attention to that. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take a break. I'm going to come back and we're going to get into some other things. The Phil Rizzo effect. You'll not hear that anywhere else today. Take us to break, Cole.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Elgin.
Better days ahead.
This is the big one, the 20% off MSRP model year end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with huge savings over $3,600 off the redesigned Malibu. Now just $20,400. Save over $8,600 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now just $33,500. 20% off new Chevys. Right here, right now, at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jen. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
Folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. It's getting close to 10 o'clock. I had to break out the popcorn. I have to find something to talk about for an hour. What will I talk about? You're watching FYNTV.com, and before we get to the 10 o'clock hour, the top of the hour, let me just share a couple things. FYNTV.com, FetchYourNews.com. Last night I did another football show with our great friends here in Gilmer Bobcats Turf Talk with head coach Casey Wingard and several of the players, great kids. These kind of things keep me grounded, and they just keep me grounded. Who you got? Okay. They keep me grounded. And I mean that. And I enjoy that. I enjoy doing the football shows with the kids. Tonight we'll be at Circuit World at 7 o'clock, Rebel Wrap-Up with head coach Jim Pavo for the Fannin Rebels. Now, a couple, just let me get some housekeeping out of the way. If you'd like to be a sponsor of our show, if you would like to get your advertising on FetchYourNews.com, our website, fastest growing news network in North Georgia. If you would like to get your advertising on there, get your company, your products, your services on this show or on the website, contact me 706-889-9700, chief at FetchYourNews.com, or if you know somebody that you think we should contact, say, hey, I got a friend over in this business or whatever, maybe you should contact them. Help us out, okay, any way you can. We are looking for somebody. Here's what I'd like to see in growing FYNTV.com, FetchYourNews.com. I would like to see us be able to cover the Gold Dome in Atlanta. We have the 2016-2017 session coming up. As soon as this election's over next week, we have lawmakers going back to downtown Atlanta under the Gold Dome, and I would like to have somebody cover the legislative session from gavel to gavel and keep up with it of what's going on. If you're interested in doing that, state legislative news, get in touch with me, 706-889-9700 in the state of Georgia. Also, they're going to be talking about gambling again this year in Georgia. There's going to be a lot going on. If you would like to cover local judicial, whether it be the arrest records, police reports, court cases, if you would like to follow that side in any of the following counties, Pickens, Gilmer, Fannin, Dawson, White, Lumpkin, Union Towns, Murray County, or Cherokee County, that's Murphy, Cherokee County, North Carolina, get in touch with me. If you would like to do sports and join Team FYN Sports, that's Team FYN Sports, FetcherNews.com, get in touch with me. If you want to join Team FYN Sports, keep up with softball, wrestling, basketball, any of the fall sports, winter sports that we're going into. And let's see what else. If you would like to just report on certain things, your Board of Education, your Board of Commissioners, so on and so forth. Last but not least, if you would like to help do research on this show, if you would like your own show, or if you have an idea for a show, if you are a video producer, audio producer, and you would like to get involved with FYN TV, or have a friend that you would like to recommend to us, 706-889-9700 and chief@fetchernews.com. So that's all the little house cleaning items I want to do. I have my baseball at 10 o'clock before we go into the next hour. I don't know if I should throw the 3-finger. I don't know if I should throw the fastball. I don't know if I should I have a knuckleball. You remember Xbox generation, just imagine it. The older generation remember it. Xbox generation try to imagine this. Remember when you got outside and you were playing ball and you invented your own pitches? Remember that? And everybody 10 years old was trying to throw the Phil Necro knuckleball or whatever. Remember that? Remember that when you invented your own pitches? Xbox generation, imagine it. My generation, remember it. Okay, I got my hat, came from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Go Cubs, Game 7. We've got the Cleveland Indians and the Cubs in Game 7 in Cleveland tonight. Pitching versus hitting. It will be a matchup you do not want to miss. I just want to extend my apologies at this time for having to listen to Joe Buck for 3.5 hours. No one should have to listen to that. I keep hearing, and I'm not getting on the bandwagon because I don't do the trying to get somebody fired and sign this petition. But every time I go on Facebook, I keep seeing these petitions of would you sign this petition to get Megyn Kelly fired on Fox? And I don't get involved in that, all right? But I tell you what, if somebody will throw up a petition to say, I never want to hear Joe Buck call a baseball game again, I will sign that one. I hear tonight in Cleveland they're going to bring Wild Thing out of the dugout, and they're going to have Bob Uecker calling it just a little bit outside. Anyhow, popcorn, we'll have to wait for a break. Folks, that Podesta, I'm going to tell you now. Hillary Clinton, we have said it over and over, there is no reason why she would lose other than herself. Not voter suppression, not the FBI, nobody meddled in her election. The only reason Hillary Clinton can lose next Tuesday is because the American people are tired of corruption and the truth has come out on Hillary Clinton to an extent to where most voters know she's crooked. I always get the ones out there that are looking at the camera and saying, and looking at the picture and saying, we already knew that. That's not for you. But we've gotten the details. So the only voter suppression in America for the Democrats is Hillary Clinton, their campaign. The list is very long, very long. But the guy that needs to really scare us in Hillary Clinton's campaign that we cannot let get anywhere near the White House is this the guy that we cannot let anywhere near the White House is John Podesta. We cannot let John Podesta near the White House. Cannot. Okay? We cannot do that. Okay? I stumble when I say that, because this is where you have to start connecting the dots. We did the dots yesterday. They are going nuts. The Clinton campaign is going nuts over the FBI giving you the information. This is where I have to back up a little bit because I get so angry. I get angry when someone gets upset that our information has been given to us. It's our information. It all belongs to us, folks. The tax money, the houses, the cars you ride in, the gas you buy, it belongs to us. That always sends me over the top when they forget, and God knows that's been long gone, that it belongs to you and I and not them. Clinton campaign questions release of FBI's Mark Richt pardon records. This comes again from Tyler Durden, and this was at 5:30 this morning. I read this article from ZeroHedge.com. ZeroHedge.com, Tyler Durden. We talked about Mark Richt's pardon here on this show yesterday. We talked about it being linked to Podesta. Okay, John Podesta. We talked about Podesta petitioning Bill Clinton on behalf of Mark Richt to get him the pardon. Okay? We talked about Kadzik. Kadzik is the one at the Department of Justice, okay, that defended Podesta, defended Richt, and was very instrumental in Richt getting his pardon. Now, I don't have time to go into, I will at 10:30 if you stay with me, of everybody saying, well, when are you going to talk about the emails? They said, we better dump these. We all know that. Podesta came out, Uma Abedin's in the loop, Cheryl Mills in the loop, every crook is in the loop, and it comes out and they say, Robbie Mook, do you know anything about this? Nope. Robbie's nope, I don't know. I mean, I'm just here in Brooklyn and I'm the campaign manager. I don't know about this email stuff. We all have seen we better dump these sooner than later. We all seen that email. We will get into that at 10:30, okay? I promise. We have seen the timeline of we better dump these, the subpoena, and the bleach bit. Okay? Clinton campaign questions release of FBI Mark Richt's pardon records. Folks, they cannot even come close to coming out and telling you that Donald Trump did something to America by following the tax code in the amount of taxes he paid. Oh my God, we got an old expression for that, Hillary. It's called the pot calling the kettle black. Now, I don't know if you're allowed to say that in 2016. I don't know if you can even say that. I don't know. I don't know if there's a law against it. I may have broke several laws across several state lines. But it's called the pot calling the kettle black. As reported moments ago, in what appears to have been a surprise release, the FBI's Vault Twitter account released 129 pages of files related to FBI's 2001 probe on Bill Clinton's 2001 pardon of Mark Richt. They released them to Freedom Watch on a Freedom of Information Act request. There's no shock here. It's your information. The FBI did not release this so they can torpedo Hillary Clinton. Bill Clinton does not, this guy, Mark Rich, I get it right? Yeah, Mark Rich. This guy, Mark Rich, okay, he knowingly did business with states that sponsored terrorism, state-sponsored terrorist countries. He knowingly did business. My guess is he taught the Clintons how to do it. You know, let me just say something. There's a saying that if you go in prison, there's a possibility that you're taught to be a better criminal. And when you get out, you know how to do, you could show somebody how to do this. Now, I don't know this for a fact, but there's a possibility that this Mark Rich sends word through KADZG, Department of Justice, looking at the 650,000 emails today, sends word, Podesta's in a loop. It says, look, you know, you got me back home. You forgive the $48 million in taxes that I've cheated the American people out of. And Hillary Clinton goes around and tells you you don't have a bridge or a road because Donald Trump didn't pay taxes. That's what she wants you to believe. That you don't have bridges and roads, and you don't have more police officers, and you don't have more safety because Donald Trump. Not the $48 million that is on record that this guy, Mark Rich, which her husband pardoned. No, not that. That can't be the reason you don't have a road or a bridge or more police officers. What could that pay for, huh? Now, so I'm thinking this guy said, hey, you get me back in the country, I will teach you how to go around the world and steal money and do business with state-sponsored terrorists. I'm telling you. How do you think the Clintons learned this? Now, they've always been greasy. They've always been greasy. Always have. Greasy. They've always done greasy stuff. But it was petty crime. I mean, they were knocking off convenience stores in Arkansas. You know what I mean? They were pushing around the local land deals in Arkansas. There was greasy stuff, but it was all small penny ante crimes. Then they got to the White House and they bumped into some people and said, no. That knocking off convenience stores for $300 in the cash register? No. We're going to show you how to take your possession, your evil intuitions that you have, and we're going to show you how to parlay that into $250 million, and you never have to do anything for it. As reported moments ago, that Bill Clinton 2001 pardon of Mark Rich. And while NBC reported that the files were released as part of a normal subpoena, the increasingly paranoid. See, NBC had to say they were released. There was a normal subpoena. Nothing happened here, okay? The increasingly paranoid, not without reason, Clinton campaign and many others immediately had questions, according to Politico. Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign raised questions about the timing of FBI's release Tuesday of records on a 15-year investigation into President Bill Clinton's pardon to fugitive financier Mark Rich. The FBI posted 129 pages of records in its online Freedom of Information Act reading room. Okay, you put it in the reading room. It's yours, folks. In apparent response to the Freedom of Information Act request seeking information on the FBI's inquiries into the Clinton Foundation. On the website, the release was dated Monday by the FBI Twitter account, flagged a new posting at noon on Tuesday. As Politico adds, the Clinton campaign, which is already at odds with the FBI Director Comey over the disclosure of the new evidence in the Clinton email probe, immediately questioned why Clinton-related records were being released just weeks before the election. Absent a Freedom of Information Act litigation deadline, this is odd. Will FBI, this is what they said. Absent a Freedom of Information Act litigation deadline. So what the Clinton campaign is saying, this is their quote, you should have let them litigate it. You should have let them, there's no deadline on this. You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to give the American people the information. You did not have to tell the truth. We are running a campaign that's absolutely built on lies, deception, theft, you name it, all the above, corruption. There's no reason you had to tell the truth now. These people never hear themselves. There was absolutely no reason why you had to tell the truth now. Why now? There was nothing holding you back. You could have waited another week. See, here's the Clintons, and this is the most, I'm going to call it, profound thing I'm going to say today. The Clinton campaign wants to know why you couldn't just let them live this lie their whole lives, the 30 years, just a couple more weeks. They can't figure out. It's not that the emails that WikiLeaks posted are true, they were stolen. It's not that the FBI documents are public and belong to the American people, they just didn't need to come out now. It's not that it's okay for Anthony Weiner to send pictures and be investigated because it's across state lines by the FBI on the internet with porn, okay, allegedly. That's not okay, the Democrats say, but you could have let us live. When you've seen that, you could have let us live this lie just a couple more weeks. Every single thing, instead of saying, you got Obama out there saying, oh God, everybody's made mistakes. The Democrats' statement on this, absent a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, litigation deadline, this is odd. You could have just let us live out you could have just let us ride 2 more weeks with all the lies. It's not a matter of whether they were true. Will FBI be posting documents on Trump's housing discrimination in the 70s? Clinton Press Secretary Brian Fallon asked on Twitter. No, why would they? Why would they? Okay. When reached by Politico, spokespeople for the FBI and the Justice Department did not immediately respond to the question about whether there were any lawsuits seeking the newly posted material or whether the judge had set a deadline for its disclosure. Despite the lack of major revelations in the documents, which constitute only a part of the FBI's file on the inquiry, the records, hopefully Clinton campaign. The records repeatedly refer to the probe being handled by the Public Corruption Unit. Okay? Public Corruption Unit is what handled this investigation of Mark Richt. And make clear that the FBI was examining claims that Denise Richt's wife, Democrat Party, Riches, I keep calling her Rick, Denise Riches' Democrat Party donations may have been intended to influence the fugitive's pardon. Folks, fugitive, he is gone. He is doing dirty deals with state-sponsored terrorists. Dirty deals with nations that we say you cannot do business with. It's against the law. American citizens cannot. He is out doing deals with them. He is evading $48 million in taxes. And these are the words in it, public corruption. There's a unit in the FBI called public corruption. That's who was handling this. The FBI was also concerned that Denise Riches' Democrat Party donations may have been intended to influence the fugitive's pardon. Podesta and Kudzik, who is with the Department of Justice that's looking at the 650,000 emails on Anthony Weiner's computer from Uma Abedin that may have the 33,000 that Hillary doesn't want you to see. Can you connect all those dots? May have been involved in saying, how much will you pay for a pardon? And pardoning a guy that told the Clintons probably, hey, I can show you how to quit knocking off those convenience stores. I can show you how to go for the real money. It appears that the required pardon standards and procedures were not followed. Okay? And who did not follow these? FBI unexpectedly released documents related to 2001 probe into Clinton Foundation. This is a probe into the Clinton Foundation. Rich was pardoned by Bill Clinton. Podesta Kudzik, if that's his name, that's who he says, if that's who his real name is, he's Department of Justice looking at the 650,000 emails. Really? Okay, I'm going to take a break. I'll be back right after these messages. I got to get some popcorn. Take us a break.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe, but they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
El Rey in Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Ellijay.
Better days ahead.
This is the big one. The 20% off MSRP model year end clearance at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. With huge savings over $3,600 off the redesigned Malibu. Now just $20,400. Save over $8,600 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Now just $33,500. 20% off new Chevys. Right here, right now. At Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
Hey, I'm your host. It's 10:26 Wednesday morning. Exactly at this time next week, we will be discussing the president nominee, the president-elect. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching FYNTV.com, FYNTV.com. This next Wednesday morning, we will be talking about the president-elect. And we will be, I do not think, I mean, we've heard all the scenarios. We know Egg McMuffin's running out there in Utah. McMillan or McMansion or whatever, McMitchin or whatever. I only can call him Egg McMuffin. He's running in Utah. He is the Bill Kristol effect. So they are doing the Electoral College map to get everybody concerned on what happens if no one reaches 270 needed to win, and they are discussing that. What happens then is every state gets a vote, okay, my understanding, but anyhow, they're discussing that. I am for sure next Wednesday morning we will be talking about the winner, the clear winner, okay? I just really believe next Wednesday that's what we will be doing, talking about the clear winner and the next president of the United States. I wonder how Hillary Clinton will handle her concession speech. I wonder how she'll handle her concession speech. I wonder if she will gracefully, because I mean, we do not want to shake the pillars of democracy, as though Donald Trump has been accused of, even by Hillary Clinton on the campaign trail. So I wonder how she'll handle her. Speech of when she has to concede the race. I wonder if all the ballroom gowns that they put deposits on, I wonder if there was no refund on deposit for all the ballroom gowns already that they've already ordered. I wonder if all the things they ordered for the parties, if they have a deposit, if it's refundable, okay? I wonder if they will still do the 10-minute fireworks or whatever they got planned and maybe cut it down to 3. I just wonder. I wonder how they will handle the laws. What's it look like post-election for Hillary Clinton? What's it look like? Folks, if you think if you think that post-election Donald Trump, if you think Uma Abedin's in hiding, I'm here to tell you, Hillary Clinton loses this election, it's over. You understand, there is no 4 more years. Now, she already went 8 years behind somebody she despises. Now, the guy out on the campaign stump, okay, for her, Barack Obama's trying to win for her, so all eyes will be off him as he rapes and pillages our country and amassed millions. This is a guy handing out pamphlets. Now, the only thing I know for you to do, if you grew up in a house and you were told hard work, dedication, working 16 hours a day, starting your own business, if you were taught all those values, the only thing I know to do is just tell you go up and smack your dad. Because he lied to you. If this next administration is a Clinton, they flat out lied to you. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you have people that come from working in the Children's Defense Council, and Bill Clinton playing the saxophone, didn't he play the saxophone for somebody and get like $2-3 million? Didn't he have to go over to the King of Morocco and play the saxophone or something? Yeah, I'm not joking, folks. But your kid's playing the saxophone in the high school band, which is okay, you know, and the next thing you know, he's governor, okay? And they're knocking off convenience stores. Him and Hillary, Bonnie and Clyde, are knocking off convenience stores in Arkansas. All right? Seriously, they were petty Andy crooks in Arkansas, and somebody said, I see a bright future for them in major corruption. Anyhow, so that being said, you take a guy as a community organizer handing out pamphlets on the corner that's going to result in multi-million dollars, millions and millions of dollars for this guy. Corruption pays there for them. So that being said, he's trying to make sure that, Hillary's in charge. What will be post-Hillary after she loses? What will it be like? Because it's over. There's not 4 more years. Now, she stayed behind 8 years behind somebody she despised. Now, she absolutely despises Barack Obama. Bill Clinton's called him, every name in the book and said he would, back years ago, he'd be carrying his luggage to the limo. Now, I didn't say that, folks. Bill Clinton has said that, okay? So they're racist as can be. They don't like people. They don't care if your drinking water's clean in Flint, Michigan, as long as they get the answers to the debate or the questions fed to them by Donna Brazile. Donna Brazile does not care about other black people as she is. Oh, she's a Christian. Oh my gosh. I mean, all of a sudden she's a Christian. All of a sudden, I'm just saying. That being said, she has stood behind a man that she despises for 8 years. 8 years. And there's not a 4 more years. See, when they talk 2016, when that conversation starts Wednesday on 2020, it will not have Hillary Clinton's name on it. Will not. She can't do it. I am concerned health-wise, sincerely concerned health-wise, that this woman can get through the next 5 days. She was not supposed to have this kind of schedule. I'm not joking, folks. She was not supposed to have this kind of schedule. It wasn't supposed to happen. She was not supposed to have to go to Detroit, okay? She was not supposed to have to go to Detroit, okay? Oh, this is a great Halloween costume. Okay, I just got a text, Halloween costume. We'll talk about that later. She was not supposed to go to Detroit Friday night. It wasn't supposed to be on the schedule. I'm concerned for her health-wise. Really am. That she can't take this pace. And you know as well as I do, man, there are photographers that are zoomed in on her feet and they just follow them. And as soon they just click, click, click. So they've got, I mean, they got that shutter speed to just click, 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 hundreds of them. And they're going home because they, you know, a photographer today, boy, you get that one where she stumbles up those steps, you got the shot. That's the money shot, they call it. So I kind of feel for the old lady. I do. I know what you're saying. You want her in prison. I do too. But at least she'll be able to rest. If she gets sent to prison, maybe she can get the rest she deserves. She deserves a rest. All right? Arizona Democrats sue GOP Donald Trump campaign claiming voter suppression. Told you earlier, the only voter suppression in America is Hillary Clinton brought on herself. Period. She can't get mad and can't say that people are going to stay home because somebody is at the polls watching. We're not supposed to watch, folks. We're not supposed to ask for our information. We're not supposed to watch. We're supposed to just trust them, okay? Voter suppression. Really? Arizona Democrats. The Arizona Democrat Party filed a lawsuit Monday alleging the state Republican Party and Donald Trump's campaign are attempting to suppress votes. That's what their voter fraud is suppressing. Their voter fraud, what they call Republican voter fraud, is actually saying, hey, you're not legal, you can't vote. The lawsuit alleges that both the GOP and the Trump campaign are suppressing votes, particularly those in minority areas. Oh, you wait till you hear that. Minority areas. There will be more lawsuits filed Tuesday night in minority areas. By engaging groups of supporters to keep an eye on polling places. They will be fighting Tuesday night on provisional ballots. They will be fighting Tuesday night on polling places. The lawsuits will start at 5 o'clock in the afternoon or 2 o'clock in the afternoon all day long. They will file lawsuits all day in these cities wanting to extend voting hours because somebody didn't get a chance, or one person called and said they went to the poll and they said, hey, you can't vote. We have to have enough time to get that person back. By encouraging groups of supporters to keep an eye on the polling places. See, the Republicans are encouraging groups of supporters of keeping an eye. Keep an eye on that one over there. Keep an eye on that one over there. Keep an eye on that one over there. On polling places. Trump has repeatedly called for his supporters to keep a close watch over voting centers to prevent fraud. What the hell? All right? The suit claims that when combined with Trump's claims and race is rigged, the atmosphere of the voter intimidation is right. Atmosphere. So they're bringing in the atmospheric pressure. They're going atmospheric pressure on us. The atmosphere. It's created an atmosphere of hostilities. It's the atmosphere again. We're back to the atmosphere. I hope you people can not just vote on the 8th, but go around and look and watch other polling places and make sure that it's 100% fine. Trump said in an August 12th rally in Pennsylvania. We're going to watch Pennsylvania, go down to the center areas and watch and study and make sure other people don't come in and vote 5 times. Folks, right on this show, I have stressed to you multiple times on this show that, right? I've had guests on this show from Pennsylvania. What happens in Philadelphia? We know it, okay? We know it. We have had people that are engaged in the process in Pennsylvania on this show. We know it. But make sure that people, Trump's official campaign website has a registry for supporters to sign up to be official poll watchers. The Democrats allege Trump has called for those poll watchers to essentially act as law enforcement. You have the right. It's your election. It's not the Democrats. You have the right. You have the right to go down there and sit and watch. You have the right. They cannot tell you you can't. There are certain things you cannot wear. And that's true. You can't wear. I have seen somebody park at a polling place within 50 feet of the door with a sticker of the candidate, and the person made them move their car because of the bumper sticker. Just didn't want to take no chances. You have that right. An unidentified campaign official told Bloomberg News on Thursday that the campaign has 3 major voter suppression operations underway. To suppress idyllic white liberals, young women, and African Americans, all are believed to be key demographics for Democrat presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. This is just laughable. That's how whack they are. White liberals. The suppression is against idyllically white liberals, aka Bernie Sanders voters, aka socialists, aka people that know that Bernie Sanders was treated like a piece of dirt by the DNC, Donna Brazile, Deborah Wasserman Schultz, John Podesta, Hillary Clinton, all the above. They wiped their feet on Bernie Sanders, and they're afraid that Donald Trump is going to suppress. That's code word. Liberal. Ready? One more time. Let's do it again. Second verse, same as the first. Liberal, idyllically liberal white liberals. Bernie Sanders voters, we talked about that. I've told you about that. One county, 519 reasons not to go vote for Bernie Sanders. Another county, 2,900 reasons not to go vote for Hillary Clinton. 2,900 reasons in another county in Wisconsin not to go vote for Hillary Clinton. The people, the liberal whites that voted for Bernie Sanders, that's what they're calling it. Now let's go to the next one. Young women. Really? Really? Young women? How do they plan to suppress the vote with young women? Hillary's out there talking every day about Donald Trump being a lowlife. How do they plan to suppress the vote with young women? Are you saying that young women may be able to read? Are you saying that young women may be able to read the corruption? I don't know. And African Americans. We're trying to suppress the vote with African Americans because we have said, what do you have to lose? That is laughable. But I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. A week out, Arizona Democrats sue GOP Donald Trump campaign claiming voter suppression. Everything they're claiming, the only suppression is Hillary Clinton herself, period. Remember, Hillary Clinton has to go campaign in Michigan Friday night because she has suppressed her vote. Let's look at Donald Trump's schedule before we close out this morning. Donald Trump will be in Miami today at noon. That's today at noon. He hits Miami. He will then go to Orlando at 4, Pensacola at 7, and then tomorrow at noon, he'll be in Jacksonville. Then that's at noon, and at 2 o'clock, he bumps up to Berwyn, PA. Wow. Then he jumps down, it's still Thursday, to Concord, North Carolina at 4, and Selma, North Carolina at 7. Donald, there's no way you can pull that off tomorrow. I got to take you. Who wants to take some action on that? Who wants to take some action? He's going to pull off 3 states and 4 rallies tomorrow. And you got photographers watching to see a Hillary trips going up the plane on the steps. I'm telling you, 4 tomorrow. I've got to see that. Now, that's as far as they're going is tomorrow, which is what, Thursday. So they're not putting out the Donald's Friday schedule yet. But let's look at today. Pence will be out in Arizona. To just counteract. Here's why Pence is going to Arizona, because They are going out to Arizona. They're trying to get news on Arizona. And here's what you have to understand. When you make an appearance in a state, the local affiliates pick it up. So it runs on the 5 o'clock news, 7 o'clock news. You stand a chance of getting some voice clips. And you need that locally. So Pence is going to jump in there. And you are going to have some news and some newspapers and some local websites in Arizona and some local broadcasters, Fox, ABC. It's 5 o'clock in Arizona, and Mike Pence stopped here today along with Tim Kaine, whatever. So that's today. Las Cruces, New Mexico. Pence is going over there. Interestingly, Mike Pence is drawing bigger crowds than Hillary Clinton. Mike Pence is drawing bigger crowds than Tim Kaine. Wednesday, that's today, he'll also be in Colorado. Tomorrow, he will stop in Illinois. Interesting. And on Thursday, he's going to Michigan. And Moon Township, Pennsylvania, we'll talk about that tomorrow. He's going to be in PA, so that's their schedule. I can't keep up with the Tube Snake Boogie campaign. That is the code word. That is what this last week, since Anthony Weiner, I know I got everybody's wiener jokes. Everybody told their wiener jokes. Just one wiener right after another, okay? Hey, Cole, I mean, I didn't do it. Weiner did it, okay? Just saying. Okay, New York Post put up there. But considering Yuma is in hiding, the wiener has been exposed and the emails are being researched. The campaign has gone into desperation mode, aka Tube Snake Boogie. That's what they're calling the last of their campaign. Black turnout, we talked about that today. I guess it's been all suppression by Hillary Clinton again. Now, I got in trouble for this. Cole laughs like, really, you really like finally something you got in trouble for? Isn't that a daily thing? I got in trouble for this. And there's a reason I say this. It's because they should outlaw, it should be a hate crime. It should become with a warning, okay? And I'm going somewhere with this. That you should not be able to watch old reruns of Sanford and Son. Because Red Fox, which in some circles was considered was considered a comedic genius. Red Fox always made a face and always shared with his friends, his cronies, and always shared with Lamont his opinion of an old ugly white woman. Google it. Just Google it. Old ugly white woman. Not me. So I come on here and I say things and I get in trouble. But I'm not the one that did it. I mean, Red Fox used to say, you know, oh man, he'd go in. I remember he went into that lady and she was with some kind of office and, ooh, old ugly white woman, he told Bubba. Anyhow, that being said, I have told you that these people in the inner cities are not rushing down to vote for some old ugly white woman. Told you that. I got in trouble with that the other day, but I'm sticking with that. Now, Wednesday, let me give you a couple here. I'm not staying with the polling, but the IBD tip tracking, which has called it correct, has it tie in a four-way race and a two-way race, has it tied this morning. LA Times USC tracking has Trump up 6. ABC Washington Post is tie in a four-way with Clinton, Trump, Johnson, and Stein in the poll. Rasmussen, it's tied. Okay. The Colorado, you remember she pulled out of Colorado. You remember she pulled her staff, she pulled her money, everything. Colorado, the Emerson poll, in a four-way race, Clinton, Trump, Johnson, and Stein, only has Clinton up 7 this morning. Arizona has Trump up 4 this morning. Now here's the poll that amazes me. I mean, now, let me get this, okay? So I'm not saying, I'm not going to place my religion on these polls this morning. But Missouri has Trump versus Clinton versus Johnson and Stein, a four-way race. The Emerson poll has Trump up 15 in Missouri, okay? Okay, you may argue it's not that high. But let me tell you what catches me off guard. The Fox 12 DHM research poll in a four-way race, Clinton, Trump, Johnson, and Stein. Stein, remember her? She is the Green Party. Clinton's only up 7. Only 7. What state? Oregon. Now, I would venture to say that Hillary Clinton should be up in Oregon like any poll, 15 or more. She's up 7 in Oregon. 7. Now, here's one that has them concerned that they will not talk about. Virginia. The Winthrop poll. I don't know what it is, but it only has Clinton up 5. Only 5. Folks, they're in trouble. They're running. My theories are correct. My outlook on this election at this time is correct. And I hope that on this day, next week, at 8 o'clock, I look at you and say, I was right from day one. Day one. And this theory has played out from the very day if it finishes Tuesday, but we don't know. Remember yesterday? I told you yesterday what I say to you. What did I say to every viewer out there yesterday? I said there's something just not there. I mean, they're going through 650,000 emails. What if the pressure gets so high? Now, Friday, we've been doing things on Friday. So what if the pressure gets so high that somebody from the Department of Justice, because God knows we can't trust them, okay? I'm going to end with the Department of Justice email. So let me finish these polls up. Last thing on the polling that I want to tell you. It does me no good to do an I told you so, okay? Absolutely does me no good to do that. I'm not interested in sitting here and telling you I told you so, okay? Not interested in doing that. I have told you all along, Texas and Georgia are not in play. I have told you that. Now, some of you may get upset and say, we have done that, and don't tell us again. I have begged you for 6 months, 5 months, 3 months, whatever, to get out of Georgia and go North Carolina or go to Pennsylvania. I can set you up. You will win Pennsylvania. You can win Pennsylvania. Get in a car today. Take a week off. That's how important the country is to you. Let me know. Go door to door. Go help watch polling places. I got some people that can set you up, get you ready, watch polling places. Go door to door this weekend. Knock on doors. But I'm telling you now, I have told you for how long. Georgia, Texas are not in play. You're starting to see polling data show you that. When is the last time Tim Kaine and Hillary Clinton have held a rally in Georgia? When? Not a fundraiser, a rally. When? Okay? Not a fundraiser in Texas, not jet setting in and doing 10 minutes in front of a camera to get some nightly news in Houston. I've told you for this long, the voter suppression has been on you. The voter suppression has been the media telling you you don't stand a chance. The voter suppression, fortunately, some of you got invigorated last week, got excited last week, and are back in the game. I've never been out of the game, and I hope out there you could say the same. But some of you got back in the game last week. They were the ones being successful on manipulating you with voter suppression. They have been the ones. They have been the ones leading you to believe that Georgia was up for play. They have been the ones leading you to believe that Texas was up for play. They have been the ones that have been leading you to believe that this state and that state were out of reach. They have been the ones leading you to believe there's no reason to stop by California and pick up a dime bag. Or Colorado, anywhere, you can pick up a dime bag there too. They have been leading you to believe they're out of reach. Gone. Finished. Hillary won. They're the ones that have been responsible for the voter suppression. Now get out there like you're on the 5-yard line and it's 1st and goal and you got to get the ball in the end zone. Make phone calls, send emails to your friends. Get in the car. Call me. I'll tell you where to go. Knock on the doors. Georgia's not in play. If you tell me you're going to go to a phone bank out here in Ellijay and call people in Georgia to get them out to vote, please get a bunch of friends together. I can show you where to go, whatever. They are the ones responsible for voter suppression. And until last week, they may have done a pretty good job because we need to get out this week and we need to go keep an eye on the polls. Go door to door. You have one more. They're paying hundreds. They will lie to you. I've got 5 minutes. They will lie to you. Absolutely lie to you and tell you. They will lie to you and tell you, okay, that they have hundreds of volunteers, the Democrats. They do not. I have people that will tell you they are paid. They're given $50 in a bus ride and pamphlets and they knock on the door. Let me tell you something. You swing through a college and you give a college kid, $50 worth of fast food coupons to get a sandwich, and he gets sandwiches like 4 a day for the next month. He'll go knock on doors and say, hey, vote for Hillary. That way I get a sandwich. What's in the deal for you? Hey, I get a sandwich. Okay? I'm serious. Kids in college can't afford an oil change. I can't pay you, but you can get your oil change and 4 sandwiches. Well, that's not bad. I'll do it Saturday. Anyhow, they lie to you. The voter suppression has been on you. You're the one that has to have volunteers. They lie. Now, I want to finish up with the 650,000 emails. Kedzik, I think his name Kedzik, right? Right? Is that his name, Kedzik? Kedzik, the Department of Justice, that is doing everything they can to participate and help in reviewing the 650,000 emails because they want to get the information to the American people ASAP and want to be forthright, transparent, and open. What if the Department of Justice leaks something Friday saying that their initial review shows nothing in the initial review? What if there's a leak Friday? Not from the FBI. There's a thought process that Comey will come to the podium. There's a thought process that Comey will come to the podium, okay, and Comey will come to the podium and he will tell the American people that they've gone through the 650. Comey can't. He wants to go home. He doesn't want to sleep on the couch. And he'd kindly like to get invited around the break table at the FBI and share a cup of coffee with some guys that used to talk to him. So I don't think Comey can do it. But I'll tell you what the crooked Justice Department could do. Because remember, Kudzik is Podesta's friend. Podesta, Kudzik, they're all crooks, criminals. And the Department of Justice may come out just in time to clear Hillary Clinton, thinking that then, what will that do? That will dare the FBI to go against their comments. What will that make the FBI look like? Partisan. So, there's what they call in war a preemptive strike. That's right. They call it a preemptive strike. The Democrats are at war with this country. They're at war with you, and they're globalist, and they are at war. And the Democrats have to launch a preemptive strike. And who can better do that Friday and dump data Friday than the Department of Justice? And that Comey will have no other choice but to come out against that. And if he does, it'll be their word against his. and they will say the reason we're coming out is because the FBI has shown so many actions here recently that are very partisan. So we feel we should clear the air. And Comey, the last 2 or 3 things you've done really doesn't look like you're wanting to get the information to the people. That's why we broke with that. Preemptive strike. Hillary's going to Detroit. They're all running scared. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. You've been watching FYNTV.com. We'll be back tomorrow morning, and then Friday we will be in Blue Ridge. Blue Ridge will be in Friday, and tomorrow is Thursday, right? I got my days right? Today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, next day's Friday. Yeah, I still know the days of the week. I haven't lost it yet, folks. I'll be back. Go Cubs tonight, Game 7, pitching against hitting. Go Cubs. I know for my 2 friends in Ohio, I don't want to upset you, but go Cubs. I'm pulling for Cubs Game 7. I got popcorn, got the baseball, got all the cups on here. I got a lot to do. It's 11 o'clock. I'll be back at 8 a.m. FYNTV.com. Take us out of here, Cole.